2025 Topps baseball design is out. Do you love it or do you want to lose it? Happy Hobby, I'm David Gunnis. If you're a sports card collector and you're working with a limited budget, that's what we talk about mostly on this YouTube series and on my newsletter, Happy Hobby Sports Cards newsletter at gonnis.substack.com, and on my podcast, the Happy Hobby Sports Card Podcast. That's what we talk about. So today we're talking about the flagship series, one of the more budget-friendly series or budget-friendly cards that you can get in baseball or any of the products really, or any of the sports. So 2025 Topps baseball design has officially been released. I want to know what you think. Do you love it or do you think you want to lose it? Personally, I kind of like it. I'm going to give you a list of reasons why I love it and reasons why some things I'm not a fan of at all. Now, this was released, I saw it on a couple different spots. Sue's from Card Chat, she posted something on it. And then I think Topps had something up for a minute and then they had to take it down. It was on their Twitter account, on their Instagram account, and then finally Beckett put the press release out. So I saw it on Beckett.com, the full breakdown with all the inserts and all that good stuff. So you can find that there as well. But I want to know, what do you guys think about this? Now we're going to have, stay tuned in the next few days, we're going to have Alan Commuto, who is one of our happy hobbyists that I'm very proud to have among our chatters on the Happy Hobby Sports Card newsletter. There's a chat there where he takes part in. He chimes in all the time. He's great. He won a card from us in one of the newsletters not too long ago. I think it was the Mark McGuire Incredible Hulk, which is interesting because it's one of the weirder designs that we've sent out as a free card. So he won that card from a trivia contest we had. But he's going to be on. We're going to have him on for a video, podcast, interview in the next couple days. And we're going to be talking to him about this design. What does he like about this design? What does it tell him? What's Topps trying to do? What are some of these features? What are they supposed to do for the viewer, for the card collector? Why is this here, etc., that type of stuff. And he's going to give a little background because he used to be a card designer. I guess I should mention that. He used to be a card designer and he even worked on some cards for Topps. So it makes sense that he'll have an idea what's going on here. So we're excited about that. We're going to ask him about the whole card designing world. Like, how does that work? So that's pretty awesome. So let's get back to this design. Now, like I said, I love it. I'm a big fan. Most of the internet, though, so far of what I've seen, not a big fan. Twitter, a lot of the response on Twitter, they not big fans. However, have you noticed that most of the people are on the internet are kind of complainers? Like, those are the ones that chime in the most are the complainers. So I think there's probably a lot of people that do like it that just haven't chimed in. So that's what I'm going with, because in our chat, the Happy Hobby Sports Card newsletter chat, everybody on there seem to like it. There's some features that we don't like, but overall they seem to like the overall design. Now for myself, I thought it looked like 1982 Topps and 1984 Topps made a baby. And that's what this card is. I like it a lot. I like the design. I like the swooping down on the side. I really think someone mentioned at one point, the 1982 in-action cards. Like, that would be awesome if they had those in here. I don't think they do, but we haven't seen the checklist. The checklist has not been released yet, so who knows? Maybe they got some cool in-action cards. But this isn't really a remake of the 82 set. It just kind of has that feel. Also, some compared it to the 2003 set, and some even said to the 2019 Topps design where it comes down on the side. I get that. I think it's still, because of the white border, I think it's not quite the same as the 2019. Well, obviously it's not the same, but I don't see 2019 as much as I do that 82 mixed with 84 a little bit, with the team name going down the side. Now, another thing I love is nearly every image of the players on these cards, they have something sticking out that's going just above the border, and it gives it depth. It gives it that 3D look, and I think that just... There's other cards that have had that, but that just pops. I think that looks really, really nice. The full white border, which we mentioned before, it's great for grading. I say the full white, but the borders do have that little, what I call the racetrack, the little racetrack running through the cards, which I love. I think that looks awesome. It's kind of like, I wonder if it's kind of like the is it 1954 tops, where the top did not have a white border. It was a color border with a color background, and then they would, on the uncut sheets, they would have another card with that same color at the top, but it'd be upside down, so they could print these two cards back to back essentially, and it would fit. I was like, oh, that'd be cool if that's what they did for these cards, so that the racetrack ran through 4 different cards. I don't think they did, but that would have been cool. And I also think it would be cool if Topps did come out with 4 cards that went together in the racetrack. They all connected. That would have been awesome. But I don't think it works like that. That would have been really cool. But it doesn't, because they would have to go through the bottom, so it doesn't do that. So, anyways, you can always dream, right? What they could have done is make it like base paths, really. They should do a set where the design is like base paths, where you put the 4 cards together in the little racetrack behind the picture. They all connect together like base paths. Almost like kind of how Upper Deck did in the 89, 90, 91, and 92. That was the base paths around the card. That would have been cool. And then specifically with the Future Stars card, like you see the Pete Crow Armstrong Future Stars, look at the stars going up the side of the little racetrack. That looks awesome. Now in the Ellie De La Cruz, that's an awesome one as well, Future Stars, but you don't see the colors quite as much. But I love those stars going up the side, which reminds me again of the 1982 set, where their all-star cards, not the Future Stars, that wasn't out yet, but the all-star cards, they had those stars going up the side, like this Reggie Jackson card. Now, this Future Stars, remember, the Future Stars came out in 1987. They started doing that, and I actually really do like them. The Rainbow Future Stars script there, it's pretty cool. It reminds you of the Bo Jackson card from 1987, which is always cool. I love that a lot. All right, so let's talk about some things I don't like. For instance, I don't like the hollow team name. That font that they used, where it's kind of hollow. It looks busy. It's kind of tough to read. Like, look at this Guardians card. I don't know, something about that font. It's just tough to see. And I do love it going up the side rail, though. I do enjoy that. I'm not crazy about the position picture either. A lot of people have said they love it. Josh from MJ Family Time Cards, he says he loves the picture down there. Everyone else I've seen has talked about they love that little position designation where it's just a little point that shows where the player plays. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know why. Then someone asked, what about DH? What are they going to do for DH? Who cares? It's a DH. They don't even count as real people, really. Okay, Shohei. All right, he's the only one. Outside of him. Do they? Okay, I was just kidding. I do want to mention on Twitter, at DJ Burnside, he colored in the team name and showed what it would look like with a colored in team name, and that looks pretty awesome. I have to admit, that looks really, really cool. I'm not crazy about the team's main color being the color of the bar behind the team logo at the bottom. That little, I don't know why, I think it kind of muddles the logo a little bit. Now, I do wonder what this is going to look like on Topps Chrome. Do you think this is going to pop on Topps Chrome? I think so, especially part of it with where the player's leg or something goes over the border. I think that's going to look really cool on Topps Chrome. We'll see refractors, all that stuff. That's these designs. That's what they have to think about, is what's it going to look like on all the different ones. The Chrome Sapphire. What's it going to look like? So I think this is going to be a cool set. 2024, this one looked awesome in Chrome. That was amazing in Chrome. The 2023, I loved the flagship design, period. The flagship design was awesome. Chrome, it was fine, but that 2024, that was the best one in Chrome. Also, I want to mention that the 35th anniversary inserts for this year will be from the 1990 Topps set, 35 years ago, 1990. Can you believe that? Now, a lot of people hate that design. I'm not one of those people. I used to hate it, but I've grown to love it because I learned that that design was based on if baseball players were like superheroes and baseball cards were like panels from a comic book magazine, right? You can see the little dots, like when color would fade into a different color on a comic book. So when you look at it like that, it's kind of like, it really does make sense. And I love it. I'm really looking forward to seeing this set of inserts. I think that'll look great. And from the list of parallels, it looks like there's no longer going to be a Father's Day and no longer a Mother's Day parallel, or the black parallel, which that one really blows my mind. That black bordered parallel, those to me always were some of the best, because no matter whose logo was on there, no matter what team color, it always looked good in the black. So I'm surprised by that. So I want to know, you tell me, love it or lose it. I want to know in the comments below, and we'll see what we get the overall score on this 2025 Topps design. Now there's a TikTok account called Fozzie's Crap Wax. Fozzie's Crap Wax on TikTok. We got to get him some followers. This guy, he's a young man that obviously is I'm guessing his father helps him collect and helps him do his TikTok videos. But this kid, he's great, man. He'll open up the old junk wax, and as he's going through, he decides if this player's one to keep, or it's called keep or yeet. And yeet means throw away, get rid of, or it's garbage. So he decides keep, this player's an all-star, he's a Hall of Famer, he's a future Hall of Famer, whatever, or yeet, and he just whips the card across the room. I don't know what, I can't stop watching it. But anyways, check that out. It's Fozzie's Crap Wax on TikTok. Just wanted to share that. He does a good job. He's a lot of fun to watch. Also, make sure you remember, watch out for our upcoming video podcast when we interview our buddy Alan Commuto, which is, again, it's on the chat over at the Happy Hobby Sports Card Podcast at ganas.substack.com. So check that out. He worked, like I said, he mentioned working with Topps at different points, helping design cards for them. So we're going to pick his brain, and he doesn't know it, but he's like our official design correspondent. So he just doesn't know, but that's he's going to get a badge, design correspondent. So Whip Stash, also another of the happy hobbyists over on the chat. He also gave some really great comments. He's a graphic designer as well, so he gave some of his input over on there. So make sure you check that out on the chat. It's good stuff happening over there. You gotta check it out. Anyways, I want to know again, love it or lose it? Put it in the comments below. What are some features you love? What are some features you hate? Let's hear about it in the comments. Whatever you do, make sure you have a happy hobby.